Hey everybody, welcome back to another video today. In today's video we're going to be doing another NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2022 predictions video. I did one about 4 days ago today. The day Austin Dillon won at Daytona, which was on a Monday. So yeah, that surprise win. So we're going to do another predictions video, but this time we're not going to be using, diecast. This time we're going to be doing this off of here. So let's go by driver and see how we got here. First you got Denny Hamlin. Now Hamlin's year has been pretty interesting to say the least. It's not his common, domination year like in years past. He's had a step back this season and only has 2 wins to his credit, but one of them was by the pit stop strategy, and the other one was by pure fluke by leaders crashing and banging out each other. Wouldn't call that a legit win. Say what you want to say about other drivers, but I think he only has one real win this season because that Charlotte race was just, chaotic. So, yeah. Hamlin, also, other than those 2 wins, has been absolute dog shit all season. As always, even if he's running in the top 10, he'll find a way to freaking get away out of the top 10 by either crashing himself out or just not doing anything well. Not doing well, and most of his finishes this year are lackluster, and I think he's outside the top 20 in actual points. So Hamlin's pretty damn lucky to be in the chase. If this stupid format didn't exist, Hamlin probably wouldn't have been in the chase. Remember Jamie McMurray 2010? Yeah. The same exact season, but McMurray gets to miss the chase, but Hamlin doesn't. I don't know. Then we go on to Ryan Blaney, and Ryan Blaney honestly shouldn't even be in the chase right now. Say what you want to say, but Curtis should have been in the chase. He had that win in Kansas, that race he won, but withdraw his chase spot because of getting injured in a Pocono crash, getting a concussion. And Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr. went over and is driving his car for owner's points. And his car is still in on owner's points. So Ryan Blaney is really lucky to be in the chase. He's the only guy in the field who has 0 wins when everyone else, including Kurt, has at least one win. 16 other drivers has at least one win. Yes, he's got that all-star race because, yeah, but remember, NASCAR tried to screw him over, so, yeah. But he's been doing a lot better than Hamlin. He's 2nd or 3rd or 4th in points. He's actually doing something this year, so yeah. Then we go on to Ross Chastain, and Chastain has had an also interesting year. Chastain won 2 races earlier in the chase, and I remember before Coda, he was always right there. Always coming close to these wins, but always kept finding a way to lose, just like Tyler Reddick. So Ross Chastain, I know he's gained some enemies, but I'm pretty sure that they'll probably be done when the chase starts, because why would they try and screw his chase when the karma could come back and bite them in the ass? Remember Kevin Harvick from last year? Yeah. So Chastain has 2 wins. Yes, he's not been performing as good as Blaney, but he's been up there. So yeah. I'm going to get to who I get to pick to put in the round of 12, but we're just going by driver. You got Chase Briscoe, got that win earlier at Phoenix, but has done nothing this season, basically. Only outside of a couple, he only had 1 top 10 in the last 15 races or something. I don't know. That's pretty damn bad. Yeah, Stewart-Haas Racing is still shit, but with Harvick, they're somewhat finally climbing out of that hole. But I don't see Briscoe doing anything. Hell, he's been performing worse than Hamlin. Keep that in mind. Then we go on to Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch would be winless right now if it weren't for that fluke win that he got at Bristol, which is an example of backing in the win when Briscoe just had to murder Tyler Reddick. Not literally, but just freaking screwed himself and Reddick out of the win. and that's how Busch won the race. And since then, Busch has had zero success. He's went for like 8 races without a single straight top 10. Yeah. Jesus, that's pretty damn bad in a Joe Gibbs car. Now we're going to Austin Cindric. And Austin Cindric is the 2022 Daytona 500 champion. But outside of that, in a couple of races and on the road courses, he hasn't done really much. If he gets past the first round, the round of 12 will probably be his bread and butter, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah. Then we go on to Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell is the only somewhat decent driver from the Joe Gibbs lineup who can actually freaking stay in the top 10, I guess, and not freaking crash out all the time. He has that one win at New Hampshire, but before then, how the season started, he was just doing as miserable as Hamlin was, and thanks to a late mid-season resurgence and the summertime, he's gotten out of that hole. And then you have Austin Dillon got that win at Daytona. But for real, Austin Dillon has been a no-show all season. He has a couple second-place finishes and could have won the Coke 600. So, and remember 2020 Darlington, he could pull another of that out of his ass again. You never know. I don't know. And they go on to William Byron, who should have won the Darlington race, but Logano, who had to cry about being raced hard, just had to damage cars and put him in the wall, and so on and so forth. And Byron hasn't been relevant since May. And I don't know. Byron just hasn't been as good. And I think Logano is, in conspiracy, the reason why Byron is sucking. And now we go on to Logano. This smarmy prick. I cannot stand Logano. He has 2 anticlimactic wins. One of them was just undeserving, and that was that Darlington win when he cried about Byron racing him hard. But if someone pays him back, like Matt Kenseth, he cries even harder. Then he got that win at Gateway, and that race was shit. Honestly, that race wasn't fun. The only good moments from that putrid race was McDowell leading some laps. I remember that race. That race was 3 months ago. I don't remember. I remember going to Kevin Harvick, who is probably the more unlikely guy of the veterans to make the chase, because this year Harvick has been dog craps before the summertime hit around, and he won 2 straight wins, actual deserving wins other than Logano's wins, but he got 2 straight wins, back-to-back wins. He's the only driver who's been able to amount to something by actually going back-to-back. So you got that going on. So he has that going on for him. Harvick has been strong recently, when just a month ago he was trash and washed up. Then you go to Alex Bowman, who's been performing worse than Byron, hasn't got a win since Las Vegas, the 3rd race of the season. He's done worse than Byron and Austin Dillon. Sorry, Bowman fans. And you go on to Kyle Larson. People can say he's having a championship hangover season, but I don't think so. I don't think he's having one. I think this is what we expected from Larson. Not to get many wins, but to at least be consistent and be up there and get some wins. So, yeah. So Larson has 2 wins. One at California Auto Club, when that should have been Tyler Reddick's win, but because of a Goodyear tires being absolute shit, he didn't win. Speaking of Tyler Reddick, we go on to this dude. Reddick has been making RCR look really competitive, and it's a shame that he's going to be jumping to Toyota from Chevy. RCR is in desperate need for him, and that's what he does in response. Doesn't even inform Richard Childress of it. So, yeah, that's kind of sad, honestly. But Reddick has 2 wins this season, to his credit. Finally actually won something. He won at Road America, which that track is not going to be no longer available on the Cup schedule. And then you got the Indy Road Course, the always chaotic Indy Road Course. So, and he got second in the Daytona race recently, so he's got some momentum going into the chase. Can he get past the first round though? I bet you 110% he will. Then we go on to the obvious favorite, Chase Elliott, to win the title. He's the only driver who actually has gone past 3 wins this season, at least to my knowledge. You can make assumptions saying that he should have 2 or 1, but Dover he deserved. Nashville, I don't know much about. Maybe blame NASCAR. It's not Chase Elliott's fault that NASCAR is being dumb. Atlanta, he put a bad block on Corey LaJoie, but LaJoie said it was a good block. He was complimenting him. He wasn't bashing into him that like Logano would have done. See, there's a real class act. Corey LaJoie is one of them. And and then you got, yeah, I would say that he didn't deserve that Pocono win. That one just came, the NASCAR just pulled that one out of his ass. But he has 4 wins to his credit. He's obvious championship favorite. He's won 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2 in like 7 races in a row. So that's pretty damn impressive. Then you go on to the Cinderella story, Daniel Suarez. And you can say that because Suarez has had a shit career, which has been fucking horrendous till this year. His first couple of years at Joe Gibbs wasn't doing much. Then he went to Stuart Haas, didn't do much, didn't make the chase, went to Gunt Brothers Racing. Oh, well, don't even talk about that season. Got some cool paint schemes and a diecast, though. Then he went to Trackhouse the next year, didn't do much. Now this year he finally makes the chase after all these years. And he's been doing pretty decent. Will he make the first round, though? I don't know. He won at Sonoma. Trackhouse has been really good at these road courses. And if he can get past the first round, there's a road course, and the round of 12, so Suarez might be able to put up something. I don't know. So let's get to the actual, who I think will actually make the round of 12, and we'll go on and progress from there. No brainer. Ross Chastain will move on. Yeah, Chase Elliott. I hate myself for choosing Logano, but Logano's moving on. Harvick. Reddick. Larson. That's 6. We need about 6 more. Ryan Blaney is moving on. Denny Hamlin. Oh, this is hard. Christopher Bell. Austin Dillon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Daniel Suarez. And Austin Cindric. So there's your round of 12. Right there. Sorry to any of these fans right here. I just don't see Kyle making it for the first round because he's not been as good as recently, but he's so much better than these other guys, so he might have a shot. But seriously, to be quite honest, Kyle Busch, with this contract stuff going on, I don't know if he'll be focused enough, and he might choke out of the round of 16, even though he should get past it. So yeah. Chase Briscoe is a no-brainer. He's been dull as dishwater recently. Byron, I don't know. He could pull a marvelous comeback this season. Same with Bowman. They might be saving us up something that we've not expected. They might have been toying with us. You never know. So let's go on to the round of 8. Who's gonna make it into there? Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, I hate myself again, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, and last but not least, trying to choose here, Daniel Suarez. Now, for my explaining of why I put Suarez into the final 8, or the round of 8 is because, just like what I said, there's a Charlotte Roval on the schedule if he gets past the round of 16, and there's a Talladega race. Remember 2017, the fall race? He was up there battling with guys like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. He could have very well easily won that race if he didn't get crashed out. And he could pull a marvelous... He could pull the biggest comeback story. He could pull a Cinderella upset story. I know I might have said on Eric Estep's video that he might not make it to the round of 8, but I'm pretty sure he will. I'm pretty sure he will. And with how the year has been so far, I'm calling it he's gonna make it to the round of 8. Now let's go on to the final 4. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain. Oh dear God. Tyler Reddick, and who should the final guy be? Kevin Harvick. So here's my reasoning of why I put these guys in the final 4. I know Chastain out of the 4 has not been as good as recently, but if you look at the past couple of months, he's usually up there, but sometimes crashes out. So he's like Reddick from earlier in the season. He can get up there, but always has bad luck. But remember Atlanta? He almost won that race and turned around his season. So yeah, the summer race. So, and Chastain is pretty damn good. I could say that. I think he's talented enough to get Trackhouse to the first Final Four experience, and same with Tyler Reddick, doing the same thing for Richard Childress, getting them into the Final Four, first time since 2014, to my knowledge, and we could see a huge upset story. And Harvick is pulling a comeback story, and yeah. I was debating putting Christopher Bell over Harvick, but yeah, and why didn't put Kyle Larson in the Final Four? Well, I don't know. He's not having the best season. I say Chastain's doing better than him recently. You know, you never know. Like I'm saying, you never know how this season's been. There's been 16 winners before the chase. So yeah, the champion of 2022 will be... Oh dear God, who shall it be? This could be a challenging decision. I'd say Ross Chastain is gonna win the championship. Now, I know you guys might be thinking, why Ross Chastain? What has he done to deserve the title? If you look at his earlier season, yes, I know it's earlier in the season. Ross Chastain got 2 wins earlier this season, to his credit. And I think he's toying with us, just like you know how Bowman and Byron is, not on speed, not trying to get up there. I think Ross Chastain is trying to dial back his aggression and trying to dial back his true strength. So I think that Ross Chastain will be the 2022 champion. Chase Elliott makes the round of 4, of course, but will he? I don't know. It'll be a close battle between these 4. I'll predict that the final 4 will be the top 4 spots, like it was in 2020 and 2021. It'll be the 3rd year in a row that will happen. Chastain will come up out front. Elliott will finish second. I've reconsidered my mind and chose Chastain over Elliott because I don't want to be called biased for just choosing Chase, even though that's bullshit. I do think Chase will win the title, but Chastain it's just a little more touch than Chase to get the title. Reddick will finish 3rd, and Harvick will finish 4th, like his number says. And yeah, that's your predictions video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this shit, because I have. It was 20 minutes, dude. 12 minutes of talking about these drivers. So here's your final results. If you want, you can screenshot it. So, yeah. Anyways, see you next time, guys. Peace out.